Hi, once again, this is Brother Teacher. I want to share something with you. I've done videos on hydration and how much water you should drink in years past, and I'm going to give you another video to dispel some possible, I say myths. I'm saying possible, but they are actually not true statements about water. And I want you to understand something fundamentally. First of all, understand this. Did you not know that the water that we have on the earth is the same water that's been here since the beginning of the earth? True story. There's no such thing as new water. The water that's on this planet is just simply recycled over and over and over again. It's reused. It's evaporated from the oceans, the larger bodies of waters, the lakes, the rivers, the streams, into the air, and it comes back to the earth. That's what water does. It's utilized by all of life's forces down here on the planet. All of the plants, the insects, the animals, to include human beings. We are partakers of God's gift of water. We need water to survive on this planet, and without it, we would all perish or die. Now, we have 2/3 of our bodies made out of water. It is an essential element to our existence. Again, not being redundant. But anyway, how much water should you drink? On average, the average adult will get rid of, through urination, through perspiration or sweating, through breathing out, and through defecation or having a bowel movement, you will lose about 1.5 liters of water a day, up to 2 liters depending on how large you are. You should lose, or if you were to lose, let's say approximately 1.5 liters to 2 liters of water, you have to minimally put that much back in. Now, does that mean that you're hydrated now? Not necessarily so. Hydration is not just simply water that you take in. Hydration involves electrolytes or essential minerals. We have minerals in our bodies. When we lose water through perspiration, through urination, for example, you've got to put that same water back in. And when you're losing water, you're also losing minerals. Have you ever been in the summertime and you perspired from an activity, or even standing in the hot sun, you begin to sweat? If you were to taste your own skin, your own sweat, or your pet dog, it's salty. Where did that come from? Those are minerals, sodium, right? You're also, as I forestated, losing other minerals such as potassium, magnesium, sodium, and so forth. You must replace those minerals that you lose, or you're going to become dehydrated. That means not hydrated. Not hydrated because of water by itself, but because of what's being lost with the water, the electrolytes. That's why many years ago in sports they came up with this beverage called Gatorade to replace what? The electrolytes. Things have changed though. They began to make different types of flavors of that beverage and add sugar, which made it not so good for us. Then it came along with Powerade and some other products as well later on with the same concept. But what I'm getting at is this: you need to replace the minerals that you lose. Now, what's a good water? What about alkaline water? Everybody and their grandmother is making water. In these companies nowadays, all kinds of water with all types of names, all types of hype, if you will. This has a pH of 7.4 and what have you. By the way, pH, that's the body's acidic and alkaline level. That's what the pH is. It measures the alkalinity versus the acid in your body. 7.0 is the median. The pH of alkalinity starts at 7.0 and it goes up. Anything less than that is acid in the body, just so you know. So now, if you want your water to be alkaline, get you a lemon or a lime, squeeze it in some water. That's your alkaline water. Just in case you didn't know that. Now, how can you have too much acid in your body as it relates to your pH is concerned? Well, drinking things like alcohol. Now, I should say probably excessively. It's really not good for your liver nor your kidneys. The reason I say that is because it destroys your kidneys over time and your liver, even though it does regenerate your liver, that is. I have friends that in recent years have died from cirrhosis of the liver from drinking. Just a footnote, think about it. So, coffee can do it. The caffeine, if you overdo it. I'm a coffee drinker. I don't drink alcohol. Don't smoke. Don't do drugs. None of that. And I have never done that in my entire life. And I'm very proud of that record, as it were. I'm a martial artist. I don't need those things. But anyway, so limit the amount of caffeinated beverages that you intake. That's your pop, soda pop, that is. You can't replace clear, pure water with pop. You can't replace it with water. Excuse me, you can't replace it with coffee, because coffee is a diuretic. It makes you go to the bathroom just like liquor does, beer does, and so forth. And you're going to pee out a lot of water, and you're going to lose what? Electrolytes again. So where do you get your electrolytes from, brother teacher? You get your electrolytes from your fruits and vegetables. They are there. That's where you get them from. Make sure that you consume an adequate amount of fruits and vegetables in your diet, and you'll get your minerals and your vitamins, okay? And drink your water as well. And again, I'm going to say this. You cannot replace regular water. And I know there are people out there that say, I don't like the taste of water. I don't like water. It's not a matter of what you like. It's a matter of what's going to keep you alive. You can get water in other things as well as far as food is concerned, such as your watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew, your berries, your peaches, your plums, strawberries. You can get water by those sources as well, just as some examples. You can get water that way. And when you want to take in water, don't sit with a gallon of water at one time, try to drink it all. Instead, you want to drink your water throughout the day when you're actually thirsty. And don't be afraid and panicked by people who are these doom and gloom individuals saying that you have to have like 8 and 10, 12 glasses of water a day. It varies from person to person. I'm different than you. You're different than the next person. They're different from the next person. So it's going to vary the amount of water that you intake based on your weight, your height, a child versus an adult. As I said, one great way to measure your water is taking notes. How much do I urinate every day? How much do I perspire? Am I an active person? Am I actively in sports? Am I a construction person out in the streets? Am I constantly profusely sweating for some other reason? Could be high blood pressure, what have you. Whatever you lose or put out is what you should be monitoring, and then you put it back in. Get yourself a little journal and you do that, and that way you can gauge what your normalcy is for you. So put that back in you, but don't forget the electrolytes. Stay away from the sugary drinks or beverages, okay? So now, also stay away from the plastic containers that you drink your water out of, the bottles. They have BPA, bisphenol A. That is a synthetic estrogen that you don't need in your body, especially guys. We have a certain level of estrogen in our bodies as men, and it's supposed to stay at a certain level, and too much estrogen can cause some problems down the road. Okay, that's a topic for another video. I've talked about it before. estrogen in your canned goods and things like this. So we'll talk about that later. But right now, make sure that when you buy your beverages in the bottle, make sure that it says BPA free, bisphenol A free, because when that bottle heats up, especially if it's shipped in the hot weather and it begins to sweat, the bottle that is in the back of a truck, that BPA leaks into the water and you are consuming synthetic estrogen that you don't need in your body, especially if you're relying on drinking bottled water all of the time. Bottled water should not be your go-to all of the time. You need to get a filter in your home and filter your water through your sink so you can get as much of the pollution out of your bottle, not your bottle, but your water, your municipal water is what I'm saying. You want to get as much of those chemicals out of there as possible. And a lot of people that I know boil their water before they drink it as well. You can kill most of the pathogens, and not all of the chemicals, but most of the pathogens. Those are living organisms, in other words, that are the bugs that are in there that you can't see microscopically. So you can kill most of those through boiling your water. You can get most of the chemicals out through your charcoal filter or some very good filter if you use it in your home on a regular basis. I'm sorry, excuse my stumbling and bumbling. I've got some other videos to do, but hang in there. Don't forget to stay hydrated even in the cold weather, even in the winter time. I know a lot of times people just get out of the habit of drinking water, or they don't feel like doing it, especially the people again who say, I don't like the taste of water. Drink the water anyway throughout the day, not at one time, because you can cause some heart issues potentially in the future if you drink too much water at one time. And while I'm on that subject, before I leave, remember this: when you go to use the bathroom to do number one, urinate, your urine ordinarily should be straw yellow in color. If you think you're doing your body a favor by drinking tons and tons of water and it comes out clear and clear and clear, you know why it's clear? Not necessarily because you're hydrated. It's clear because you're peeing out a lot of the minerals that your body is starving for. It's a perfect organism. Too much of anything, even if it's a good thing, is bad for us. Stay blessed. See you in the next video, and if you have any questions, leave it in the comment section below. This is Brother Teacher. Take care.